Hey everyone, welcome back.
Today I want to go over a few things with you guys to get my own head around how I want to handle my YAs fly in the coop. I can't believe they're going to be leaving me in 5 weeks. I'm really struggling to adjust to that idea, but I'll get there. And part of getting there is this little bit of a battle plan I've come up with, partly to be organized, but also to focus on things other than my little birds leaving the nest. So first I am going to share with you, and I'll put it on the screen here in a second, the 5-week meal plan that I've sketched out. I'm going
Saturday through Sunday
on my weeks, and if you saw my freezer inventory video a couple of weeks ago, you know that I have some larger meats and whatnot that I want to make sure I use up before I'm cooking just for me. And so I've plugged in on that meal plan those specific items, and then just kind of plugged in, as I would usually, what I think I can make for dinner on any given night. And I approach my meal plan with total flexibility. If I put it on Monday and I end up making it Thursday, I'm fine with that. I've got a few blanks in there, as you can see, and we may end up, the girls may end up feeding themselves, or I'll come up with something else on the fly. But long story short, I wanted to make sure I had a plan for how I'm using those specific items, and got her done. And thinking about the girls wanting to pack, of course they're in that bougie millennial generation where they want everything new. They expect they'll be able to afford everything new when they get to their digs in Kansas City, and God bless them. They're gonna have great jobs and eventually they'll get there. But like I told them up front, you don't want to have to spend $2,000 just to have basic plates, silverware, bowls, a few cooking pans, and that kind of thing. So I've convinced them they need to take a little of that from here. Of course, I have way too much of everything, and I need to downsize and purge. So like I told them, just take what I would have Goodwilled anyway when I get ready to move. And then when you're able to go out and find all your fabulous new stuff that you'd like, just Goodwill these things and don't think twice about it. So that's the plan there. I've got a video I'm going to be putting together probably next weekend that I'm calling The Purge. It's going to be a 5-parter because there are so many areas that we need to comb through. But the first area I'm going to start with is the linen closet, and not to disparage my YAs, but I can't tell you how many times I've organized the sheets and yada, and it ends up looking like a mad jumble in there. And that's definitely an area that needs to be purged in general and reorganized, as you will see in an upcoming video. But again, back to the YAs need to figure out what exactly they want to take with them. And I'm going to, when I do the purge and reorganize, I'm going to designate a shelf as their shelf, because this is a really deep linen closet, is for them to keep their sheet sets. And then when it's time to pack, it's not so much about going through everything, it's just crazy. We've all moved before, and the more you can do on the front end to save yourself frustration and time on the back end, the better, right? So that's just one area. They also, because they like holiday gear and things, they've got a lot of stuff in their own closets, but I have a few things tucked away for them out in the garage and up in the attic and yada. So between all of that, you get the idea. We've got to do some purging and some collecting together of things for them to take. And as I go through those stuff, I will be doing some major Goodwill hauls too. And then another area that I wanted to take a look at for myself, as in things I want to do anyway, whether they were moving or not, but a couple of DIYs I want to do. If you've been following my channel, I've got those bookcases in the living room, and I really want to have a go at painting those. And not that I can't handle getting them outside on my own. It would just feel a lot easier if I take that on while they're still here to help me, just because the bookcases are so darn tall. Anyway, yeah, you get the idea. There are things that I've thought through that, oh my goodness, it'd be a lot easier if I get that done while I still have some help around here. So that's a game plan. And then just to wrap things up, I am planning on doing a diet and exercise plan. Not only because I need to for my own health's sake, but also, you know, if I'm going to be moving to Kansas City and starting a whole new chapter of my life in a few months, maybe a year, I'd like to be in the best shape possible for my age when I make that move, not only because it will help me be stronger for the moving itself, but also mentally stronger. While the girls are gone, this will be the first time in my life, really truly in my adult life, that I've been able to focus on just myself, you know. Although it is disconcerting to think about getting used to that, you know, that's normal, right? Your kids grow up, if you raise them well, they move out and move on with their lives, and you see them occasionally. That's normal, right? So you need to get my head around how I want to live going forward. You know, this is a really big new chapter for all of us. And if any of you have had kids grow up and head off to college, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So I figure the best way to help myself is to make a battle plan for how I can best focus on myself when I have all this time and make the very most of it. But long story short, I want to get started on that before they leave, because of course there's going to be a lot of feelings and stuff going on in the first few days after they leave. And I figure if I'm already on my way and on my plan and sticking to the goals I've set for myself, I think that will help me in that transition mode when we're in the heat of the crying goodbye. And that's my overall game plan. So I'll get into details later on how I'm going to go at that food and exercise plan. But this video was really just to give you guys an overview of how I'm going to be going at things for the next 5 weeks and going forward. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate all of you. And please comment down below if you've had any empty nester moments in your life and any advice on how to best handle that for me. I would really appreciate it. Take care.